Hello Aquarius, this will be your love reading. What are they thinking? They being the person that you're thinking about right now when we're doing these love readings. And this will be from September 28th to October 5th of 2020. So, without further ado, let's get this going. I'm going to shuffle 3 times and then we will draw some cards here. I hope you guys have had an awesome week, and I hope everyone is safe and people are feeling okay. So, let's do one more shuffle here. Oh, and also, I'm going to be doing a live reading on, basically just for an hour, okay? Going to see kind of what we can do. So, we're going to do an hour-long live reading where you guys can come in, and if you have questions, we can talk, and we can just go from there, and yeah. So, with that being said, that will be at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, okay? So, next Wednesday, tune in, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And in the next videos, I will get better and better at saying this, because that was really long and drawn out. You guys are awesome. Let's get started here. Oh, here we go. Alright, so what are they thinking? Very first thing we're going to go into here is, of course, what are they thinking? So that is a really interesting card, Aquarius. So when I see the Empress here, I'm seeing someone who is going off to do their own thing, okay? I see someone who's taken a strive for independence. And I feel like there's someone that feels, okay, they feel like they'll be better off without you, right? That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a sense of freedom, a sense of rebirth, and they could possibly have their eyes on maybe a Taurus sign. When I see the Empress, I think Taurus. So, and to me, this is like Mother Nature. This is like, I feel like this is losing someone in a way of like, they just kind of up and left. But, and maybe this is how they represent themselves as the Empress card, because right here I'm feeling like they left because they felt like they needed independence. Then I get this energy of like, I can do it myself, and they're leaving, and so what they're thinking right now is, oh, this is nice, right? So to me, if you guys are going through this means a breakup, in my opinion, just barely happened. And what happens with guys is that, so when a woman breaks up, right, and I'm not saying this for everyone, just saying this, it seems to be more typical, right? So when a woman breaks up with a man, the woman is sad, is very, very, very sad, but for a short amount of time, right? Like you guys let it all out, you guys, and when I say very short, it can be months, of course. You guys are going through heartache, I understand that part. But you guys eventually get to a place where you're emotionally even again, right? For a guy, though, the first day, they're numb. If it's a closed-off male energy, the first day they're numb. The second day they're numb. The first month they're numb. The second month they're numb. And they'll do whatever they can to escape feeling in any way that they can. So right now, if you're in this phase, I feel like it's newer in the relationship. They haven't had a chance to miss you quite yet. So that's why I feel like we're getting this card. Okay, so it's a fresh new start for them, and I would say for you as well, you have a fresh new start as well. You know, like do what you want to do or what you've been wanting to do that you couldn't do with this person. So I don't see this as being a bad card for either of you, especially when this to me seems to be like when they're gone, they're gone, they're out of your life. But I don't see this as being a bad thing, because I don't feel like they're going to stick around and harass you. I feel like you're going to have a fairly good healing journey, and they're going to go off and do whatever it is they need to do, right? But let's see what other cards we get here. So we get the Empress, and then, yeah, 5 of Wands. So this right here, 5 of Wands, you can view this as, I view it as usually a more like playfully competitive card, but you'll see here, we have, they're like joined at the trunk, and they're like these demonic looking figures here, and they're joined at the trunk, and this to me is self conflict, right? So they could be showing this on the outside to the world. I'm fine, look at me, I'm great, right? But then on the inside, they could have this inner turmoil card. So what they're thinking is, I'm free, I'm free. But what they're feeling is this. And to me, I look at this, for this reading, I see inner turmoil and I see strife, okay? So this right here is definitely a card where I'm feeling this thing of like lightning striking. I feel like it's a very fast energy that moved in. It came in fast, and I feel like this person here, we get the Empress card for what they're thinking, but what they're feeling is more inner strife, for sure. It's more like not knowing what to do, not knowing how to feel, how to process, if that makes any sense. And let me see if I can get anything here. Give me just a second, you guys. So I'm feeling like I'm seeing hands do this and break. When I see that, I feel like it was a gradual breakup. I felt like at first it possibly could have happened suddenly, but then now I'm feeling like it was more gradual. So I feel like you guys knew that this could be a possibility coming for a while. And I feel like there was attempts made to work on it, because when I see the hands that were holding each other and then they're letting go, what I feel with that is that you were working on it. They weren't very strong though to begin with. So because I'm seeing you holding hands like this, right? You're not going like this. It's more like this. And that to me is kind of a desperation move where we're trying to get as much as we can from the relationship, but we have to force it. So that's what I see that as being. Let's see what else they have to say though here. So what are they thinking? What are they feeling? Okay. So let's just draw another card. Yeah, and then we get the Nine of Swords. So if we're looking at these right now, we can look at this as what are they thinking, what are they feeling, or we can look at this as past, present, future. So we have past, present, and future. Okay, and the Nine of Swords, which is what this is. This card here deals with anxiety, insomnia, things like that. So in the future, there will be some sleepless nights, and they'll realize what they did was not a good thing. If they left you high and dry, which I'm feeling like they are, and if you're in a relationship with someone, what really stinks about being in a relationship is before you were alone, and there was no one else in the room. But when you're in a relationship and things aren't going well, you feel even more alone because there's someone in the room with you, but you're not connecting with them. And that can make it feel even harder to find the right person for you. So I view this as eventually in the future they'll come back to their senses. But as I've said many times before, and I get it, it's hard. These people can be like drugs, these exes or these people that have been in our lives before. But what did they bring to you? Think about this in a way of, if there was just frustration, like if things were good sometimes and there was frustration other times, as long as they weren't abusive, that can be a growing relationship. That can be something that's good. But if things were really bad and there was abuse and maybe even violence or emotional violence, that's not good, and that's not something you should be staying in. I know there's a sense of like, maybe I deserve to be with this person because I'm not a good person, or this, that, and the other. There can be all these different reasons, but ultimately when it comes time to focus on picking ourselves back up, we need to do so in a way where we start on our own journey. And instead of living for someone else and trying to please someone else, we become our own person, right? That's just what I'm feeling. A lot of these relationships, I feel like there's a lot of unhealed wounds and trauma that's being triggered in, more so I feel like in the women than in the men, but it can happen that way too. I just feel like women know themselves better emotionally, and they know how to articulate their feelings. I don't know how to articulate that sentence, but I feel like you guys know how to work around those emotional waters, so to speak. And for men, not as advanced. Well, you guys are in college. I feel like men are in kindergarten when it comes to emotional intelligence. I know I'm sure learning. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what other cards we get here. I see the Ace of Coins here. So we're now moving. I do 3 cards up top, and then I do another row of 3 on the bottom. So right here, we're seeing that I feel like there's a new start, and it's going to be a physical start. And this could possibly be, I view this as a possible pregnancy as well. But it's definitely a start of something. And if it's not a pregnancy like a physical pregnancy, it's the birth of something new and creative. Maybe finding an investor in a project, or you have an invention idea that can be... how would I put that? It can materialize. It will take time. This is just a really good card to have for, to me, a financial future, or with jobs. So I feel like possibly in the future you'll be focusing more on your career or your job or your path in that way, because I feel like you're going to be healing from this for a little bit. But let's see what else we get here. So yeah, you're definitely going to be healing. So if we take the Empress and the Ace of Coins, we put these 2 cards next to each other. These are more past energies, but this was what they're thinking. We have the Empress. You can read these multiple ways. This is how I'm choosing to do it. If it doesn't make sense, I think it's working, right? So we have the Empress card right here, and we have the Ace of Coins right here. I feel like this is a fresh new start. I feel like for them, it's not going to be as fresh of a start. I feel like there's holding back here for them. The person you're thinking about, this is holding them back. And what I mean by that is I could view this as plastered on optimism, where we're not letting ourselves see the situation for what it is. I don't feel like this person fully expresses when they feel something. So I feel like they've learned to emulate emotion, but they haven't learned what it means. They have not learned what it means to have that organically, where it comes from them. If that makes sense, you know, type it in the comments. Let me know, you guys. I want to hear what's going on, and I'll try and respond to you guys as much as I can. But I just want to hear if this resonates with what you guys are going through. So this right here, for you, that was for them, past, present, future. This is for you, past, present, future. So in the past, we were dealing with something. I feel like we had a fresh start for money. I feel like this was something where we had a... I was feeling like something was coming in where we're focusing on money or a possible pregnancy, but this could be something that happened fairly recently as well, because these readings are timed differently. In fact, I mean, someone could be watching this reading 20 years later, and it could resonate with them in the future, because timed readings, whoever's meant to watch it will watch it, if that makes sense. Okay, so anyway, present moment, right? So in the present moment, I get the Ten of Cups in reverse. So this combined with this and these 2 cards, this is really interesting. These 2 cards are very similar in color. You look at that, they're very similar. And this one is his now, and this is your now. So he's going through strife, but he won't show it. He'll continue to be numb, and you could message him, and you could do whatever. And by the way, don't message, you know, I mean, I feel like that would be a bad move, because I feel like he would want you to pry information out of him, because then he has power over you. Does that make sense? Like, there's a sense of, like, yes, call me, submit to me, kind of an energy, and I don't feel like that's what you guys would want. No matter how desperate you get, if that's the energy they're giving off, don't give it to them. They're like these little weasels. You want to, you know. Let's look at the next card. You're still going to be going through healing. A lot of these cards kind of go together. I mean, to me, I look at these cards here. They almost look like they could be in the same, like there's an opening here, there's an opening here. They almost look like they could be the same. So this is the moon in reverse, and this is in your future. So this is going to be in the future. I see us going on a deeper healing journey, and there could possibly be just us really, really finding ourselves. It's going to be difficult at first, but only because we're new to this. I feel like actually setting boundaries and finding ourselves in the future is going to be joyous and wonderful. I don't get a sense... Yeah, we get the Queen of Cups. I don't get a sense that it's bad, But it's like you're going to have to learn how to be the Queen of Cups. You're going to have to learn how to be an emotional master of yourself. And it'll take time, and that's okay. It's not supposed to be a... if it was a quick fix, it wouldn't feel as good, right? It would be something where it wouldn't feel like we earned it. And I feel like you guys are going through that journey, and you'll feel a lot better when you're on the other side. Right now, you're kind of in the thick of it, and you will be for a little bit longer. But there's a good lesson that comes out of this, and that's having awareness of the self and having that self-mastery. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much. That was your reading. Let me know if it resonated, and you can check out my website down in the description below. And tune in to my live reading at Wednesday at 4 p.m. of next week. So 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it'll be an hour long, so yeah. I will talk to you guys a little later, and take care. Bye.